Hey there, Christian here. It is January 5th, 2020. Happy New Year. I'm excited to go into this new year. I just turned 39, so this is my last year of my 30s, and I am destined to just have a great year. So I wanted to reach out to you today and just chat with you a bit about some differences I've noticed in my work life in working with, well, like predominantly female coworkers versus like 50-50 female male, and then management, like female versus male, that I have noticed in the last several months since I switched departments. So I have mostly worked with predominantly female nurses. I have been typically the only male, or maybe one other, but that's about it. Since I transitioned, and then even before that, I don't think I've ever really worked with any male nurses. So, switching to a different department, there are two men, two cisgendered men, and then our manager is also male. And one difference right off the bat for me that was kind of hard to get used to was using a restroom with a number of stalls and urinals. I've always used just a single stall restroom, like in a break room or on my nursing unit. So sharing a restroom with my coworkers has definitely been interesting. I really notice a lot that I kind of open the door slowly and see if anybody's in there. And sometimes if there is anybody in there, I just like go to a different floor or down the hall. We have a single stall restroom predominantly for families, I'd imagine, but I do use that one because it just feels more comfortable. I may not be as sensitive to this if I didn't overhear my manager. Now, I wasn't involved in this conversation, so I really can't speak to it all the way, but he was talking about, I think he was maybe mentioning that it was actually like a female in the restroom versus a male because of the way they were sitting on the toilet. And then he was like looking at their shoes so that he could like see if he could find their shoes out in the department that day, which I just found just so dumb. I was just like, are you kidding me? We are 30 to 40-year-old adults, and like just to hear that we're still having conversations about a restroom and what people are doing on the toilet is just really ridiculous. So gosh, then after that, I'm like, how am I sitting on the toilet? Like, does this look manly enough? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So that really was irritating. I do find it hard to still like feel like I fit in with my male coworkers. I don't watch football. I don't go out and get drunk with my friends or them. I don't badmouth my wife. So it's just like all these things where I'm like, I just don't fit. And I don't know, maybe I just won't. I really didn't feel like I fit very well prior to transitioning. And now the only place I feel like I fit is like within myself. Like I fit in my own skin. Like I love me, so I feel good. But I guess I thought it would be like transitioning would be like this magic pill, and like you like boom, you're like, hey, I'm like one of the guys, and it's not that way. It's really different. But 32 years, I believe, that I was socialized as female, so I just can't expect to just kind of fit right into something I've never fit into before, because all of my friends have really been women my whole life almost, except for when I was younger. So that's been really interesting. Some of the things that my male coworkers talk about, I am just like, just kind of disrespectful talks about. their wives, and just things I would never take part in. I have honestly been like, I love my wife. I just would never say a bad thing about her, and certainly not to my coworkers. I think it's just highly inappropriate. Um, so let's see. I think those were a couple things. Another thing is my son has been ill, and he has to have surgery, and I've taken some time off work. And now the department I work in now is smaller versus larger departments that I've worked in. But I have had to take time off before, that's allowed within my leave with my organization. And my managers have always been like super compassionate, just kind and caring. Like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Keep me posted, checking in. Now, I've only been there a few months, so I get it. We don't have like that big rapport, but I haven't heard any like no check-ins, no how are you? Can I do anything for you? All I got was a very cold, professionally written email that said if I didn't return to work by a specified leave date, end of my leave date, then my job would be posted and I would not have a job. And so I don't know. It's hard not to think about like that gender plays a role. I know that people are just different, and then management teams are different, but I just find it so hard to believe that it has nothing to do with like a little less compassion and empathy from being a man. I mean, I get it that like I'm not like that, because I feel like as a leader I would really try to be very like compassionate and kind. I mean, I've been nothing but like awesome there, and no reason to not be kind back. So it's really disappointing. I think I've learned a lot. I still continue to learn a lot, which really surprises me that I don't know, I'm just seeing a lot of differences in genders, and I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. And I have found that I'm still evolving along this journey. Like, I know I'm not really where I'm meant to be, like career wise within the scope of nursing, because I still just kind of haven't felt like I fit where I am. But I'm continuing to explore like where I'm meant to be within nursing. I worked with babies and their families the majority of my career, and it's been okay. I mean, I enjoy what I've done, but just kind of as I've grown and transitioned, it just hasn't felt like that's where I'm supposed to be. I do feel like I've been, I don't know, perceived a little differently as a man, working with babies and their families. So that's different. Just to kind of be perceived differently or maybe taken differently. So I know that I'm still continuing to grow and evolve, which is so interesting, because I get it that like as we get older and age, we like still continue to learn and grow, but I guess I just didn't really think I would continue to learn and grow like on this like transition journey and things like that. So it's all very, very interesting. I love it. I mean, I think of things all the time that I would love to sit down and share or talk about, but my time is limited, and so I appreciate every minute that I get just to share a part of me and my story. I hope everybody's having good experiences and a great 2020. I hope it's going to be a really good year for everyone. Lots of good things to come. I certainly soak in every minute I can of this sunshine, and just think it's gonna be awesome ahead. So thanks for watching, thanks for supporting me. I really appreciate your time, I truly do. So hang in there for the next time that I can check in. All right, bye.